approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Inside Today on Global Television. True fulfillment begins with understanding and nurturing your relationship with yourself. Relying on a romantic relationship for happiness can create emotional dependence and limit personal growth. Instead, focusing on self-discovery allows you to build inner stability and a sense of purpose that isn't shaken by eternal circumstances. Now, self-growth, investing in personal development through learning, reflection, and new experiences helps you recognize your strengths, value, and passions. Now, growth comes from stepping outside your comfort zone, developing emotional intelligence, and continuously improving your mindset and skills. Now, to purpose now. Now, purpose comes from aligning your action with what truly matters to you. This could mean pursuing a career that inspires you, contributing to your community, or expressing creativity. When you live according to your purpose, you gain direction and meaning that doesn't rely on validation from others. Happiness. Lasting happiness is cultivated from within. It builds on self-acceptance, gratitude, and the ability to find joy in the present moment by nurturing friendships, engaging in fulfilling activities, and maintaining a healthy balance between solitude and connection. You strengthen your emotional independence. Now, ultimately, learning to thrive on your own enables you to enter any future relationship from a place of wholesome, not need. You become someone who chooses love freely, not out of fear or pity or being alone. Hello and welcome to Inside Today. I am Jumai Manson, and I'll be delving into exploring self-purpose and happiness without depending on a romantic relationship. I am being joined by Terberman Raskeb, and she is a voice-over actor, social media manager, and a virtual assistant. Do not go anywhere. Inside Today continues shortly. Stay tuned. Right, you're welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today. And I said we're delving into exploring self-growth, purpose, and happiness without depending on a romantic relationship. And of course, Terberman Raskeb, who is a voiceover actor, social media manager, and a virtual assistant, is here with me virtually on the program Inside Today. How are you, Terberman? How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, ma'am. How are you doing?
I am good, and it's great to have you on the program Inside Today. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Now, I'm gonna ask you questions in three phases, okay? I'm talking about
Okay.
exploring self-growth, happiness, and of course, purpose without depending on a romantic relationship. Let me start with self-growth first of all, before we delve into purpose and of course, happiness. Now, what does self-growth mean to you personally?
Okay, so before I answer that, this is out of context. Quickly. I just want to say that I love your voice and the way you speak.
Oh, thank you, Tebriman.
You're welcome.
I'm flattered.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right.
So back to the question you asked me.
Uh-huh.
What does self-growth mean to me personally?
Yes.
This is a topic that I find very interesting because I'm someone who seriously believes in self-growth. For me, self-growth means becoming more aware of myself, my patterns, my strength, my weaknesses, and then getting to learn more with intentions. This is also out of context, but a whole lot of times I joke to my friends, my very close friends, I tell them that they don't know this part about me, but I am half Japanese. And this is the reason why I said I am half Japanese. So there's a very strong word or a strong saying that the Japanese do have, which is pursue Kaizen.
Okay.
Pursue Kaizen. And Kaizen just means change for the better. And looking at it also, it's more or less like you finding ways to grow, refine yourselves, just making consistent improvements rather than big sudden changes in your life. So every day, regardless of what it may be, whether in my habits, my mindset, my work processes, or my relationships, I make sure that every day, I try to take little steps ahead of where I was yesterday. So self-growth is a very, very big thing to me. It might not just be because with time, you find yourself hitting that goal or achievement that you've set for yourself, and with time you realize that you're becoming a better person.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. I like the fact that you said with time you realize that you're becoming a better person. There's always room for you to explore, evolve, and of course learn as much as you can to develop yourself. It's a very important phase of one's life, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
Now, I want to ask another question on this growth aspect. Now, can you share a time when you learned something powerful about yourself outside of a relationship?
Okay, ask this question, but okay. So there was this time, right? I was working as a water specialist and a sales representative for a South Korean water company. And to be honest, I started off being progressive in that job or that position, but along the line, I realized that, oh, okay, things were beginning to slow down and all of that. And so the way the workspace works, right? They tend to, whenever you make sales during the week or during the weekend, on a new week, maybe let's say on a Monday, they get to introduce the people who sold during the week, validation, basically like external validation to say, oh, you've done well, and they applaud you and all of that. So at some point I was seeking for that external validation just to feel enough because I was feeling like, oh, I wasn't doing so much. But
True.
looking at it, I realized that my worth is not tied to any external validation. And
Very true.
if I don't feel powerful about myself, no one else is going to make me feel powerful about myself. So it was more or less like a self-reflection for me to understand that I know that I am doing the work, I am putting in everything I need to put in, and results are not coming. That doesn't make me less of myself. I shouldn't feel like, oh, I am lagging behind or I am not as
Very
progressive
true.
as I want to be. So I had to sit with myself and understand that my self-worth isn't tied to outcomes. It's rooted in how I show up, how I try, and then how I keep going, even when things don't turn out as planned.
And
So yeah,
also,
I think
and to add to that, not tied to any romantic connection in order for you
yes,
to
the
thrive.
romantic connection.
I think
Yes,
we
that's
sometimes we tend to mix them up a lot of times. But now I know you are a voiceover actor. You are a media when it comes to social media manager. When it comes to that, and of course there are
yes.
challenges. Now, how do you usually deal with challenges, and what have those experiences taught you about who you are, Temperman?
Okay. So if you had asked me this question, let's say last year, the way I would have answered it would have been completely different from how I would answer it
Definitely,
right
there's
now.
growth.
Yes, exactly. There's growth. Sometime last year, maybe I would say that, oh, I tend to deal with challenges irrationally because I'm an emotional person. People who are close to me, they know that I am very emotional.
Tell me about it.
I could just see you hurting a fly and I'm already shedding tears, you know. I'm quick to shed tears, whether happy tears, sad tears. And I feel very emotionally triggered. So a whole lot of times when I face challenges like this, I tend to break down. But over time, with consistent growth and self-awareness, the growth that we're basically talking about, right? I realized that that's not how to deal with challenges. Right now, as a result of growth, my mindset and everything, I tend to process challenges quietly at first, you know. I get to reflect, have like a retrospect, and then take small steps, steady forward steps just to get to improve. So that all those moments just taught me how I can be more resilient that I think and how I can handle and manage challenges more effectively. Because the truth is, challenges will always come, but how you get to deal with those challenges is what will determine whether you go forward from those challenges or you still remain in those challenges. So yeah, I just sit, reflect, and try to find a possible solution to those challenges at the end of the day.
All right, now I want to ask you a question. Now, you know, this is a world filled with Gen Zs, and they have the way they think, the way they relate, the way they act, and some things that they just say. Okay, let me say habits. Now, do you think there are some habits or mindsets that individuals, especially Gen Zs, have to change to become a better person for tomorrow? Do you think so? Because any little thing you say, oh, my mental health is at stake. No, that's what the Gen Z say. Oh, please don't stress me. Oh, please, there are better ways of handling things. So do you think there is always a way when it comes to habits, mindset, they should shove aside to become better individuals for tomorrow?
Oh yes, there are.
Okay.
So to me, first things first, I feel like your mindset plays a very vital role
Yes, it does.
in all of this. So having a growth mindset would actually push you further than you think. A whole lot of things that we need to unlearn, a whole lot of things that we need to relearn, you know, just so we become productive and better. Another thing that I used to face, you know, the kind of habits that I used to be like would I say a people pleasing person.
Oh,
But I realized that that can be so draining.
yes, it
You
is.
not
And
having
stressful.
to
Don't forget.
it's very stressful. And then me having to practice saying no. You know, it took me so much to understand that no is a complete sentence. But a whole
Okay.
lot of people think that no has to come with an explanation after it. No is no. If no is no, it should stick to that. And it doesn't make me selfish at the end of the day. It
No,
just
it
makes me
doesn't.
yes, it just makes me balance because I look at okay, I put the situation in front of me and I'm like, can I do this? If I can't do it, it's no, nobody's going to kill me. Nobody's going to force me or say anything. So a whole lot of us, Gen Zs, I'm speaking for us right now.
Please
Let's
do
say
speak for your. Please speak for all of you all together.
I'm speaking for all of us. We need to have a positive positive mindset, a growth mindset, be willing to unlearn some habits, be willing to learn and listen from people, or listen to people rather, because people have experiences. You can't just dwell on just your experiences or what you've learned from life. You can learn a whole lot from other people, and you can also grow from it. So yeah.
All right. You know what, Terry, man?
Yes, ma'am.
We are going to go on a very quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about purpose. And the first thing I'll ask is, what gives you a strong sense of purpose or meaning in life or in your career path? Do not go anywhere. It's Insight Today on Global Television. Stay tuned. That human angle topic on family, marriage, peer pressure, drug and substance abuse, societal issues, women and children, and so much more. Now, it's crucial to approach these subjects with empathy and understanding. These issues often intertwine with societal norms and can lead to tough conversations. It is important to create a safe space for dialogue where individuals can share their experiences without fear or judgment. I am Jumai Manson. Join me every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the program Insight Today on Global Television. That human angle topic on family. You're just tuning in. This is Insight Today on Global Television. And of course, the topic is exploring self-growth, purpose, and happiness without depending on a romantic relationship. And I am not doing it alone. I am joined with Tebriman Raskeb, and she's here. And of course, she is a voiceover actor, social media manager, and a virtual assistant. And we've been talking about this particular issue. I've been laughing at some point, and of course, making sense at the same time. And she spoke on behalf of the Gen Zs. Yes, she did, right? All right, everyone, it's great to have you. Thank you for standing in and, of course, being on the program Insight Today. Now, let us talk about how let's say, personal decisions. I mentioned that, and I said, what gives that strong sense of purpose and meaning when it comes to your career path? What gives you that push all the time?
Oh, okay. So that has to be whenever I talk, I use my voice. I have a very close friend who says I am a chatterbox, and I always beg to differ. But over time, I realized that I
But let me ask you, if I say, tell me about it, will you feel bad about that?
Oh no, not at all.
I'm just kidding.
It just feels I like yapping. Even when it's not necessary to talk, I find myself talking. And that is because let me scratch that out. I do love my voice,
Yes.
and I love to hear myself speak. So whatever opportunity that I can use in terms of using my voice, to maybe pass across a message, talk to people, make an impact, that usually gives me a strong sense of purpose, or would I say meaning to my life and career. So yeah, basically just enhancing my voice, talking, whatever it may be that involves me using my voice. It actually does give me a strong of purpose. And then diverting in terms of my life, I'm very big on family, friends, my loved ones. So however I can do, or whatever I can do to put a smile on their faces, to make them happy, even when it comes to the littlest gestures, I try to do it just so I feel that sense of purpose, that sense of fulfillment in me. Yes. So.
Now, how do you define success on your own terms? How does success relate to you? How do you understand it in terms of this particular topic at hand?
Okay. So before, I used to think success equate, to an extent, those are like two different things. You can still, would I say you can still be successful and not have money, in terms of, how do I word it now? In different contexts. So basically, success for me, right, is more or less like living a way that feels fulfilling. I have my friends, I have my family, I have what I love to do best, which is using my voice. And it just basically just, would I say, that gives me a sense of fulfillment. And I'm just successful, to be honest, because I have all of these things around me. I have people that make me happy, and then being proud of how I treat people, having peace in my decisions, and just going about my life. I think that's a successful life already on itself. I don't have to wait until
You have so
there's a
much.
yes, exactly. I
That
don't
was,
have to wait until I have so much. And all of this, I had to understand things for myself. Like I said, if you had asked me most of these questions maybe last year, my answers would be totally different
of
from how
course.
I am answering them at the
No.
moment.
Yeah,
So,
that's because God one is on your side and you've decided
oh,
to make
yes.
impact, growth, and you've decided to grow when it comes to growth, especially having that at the back of your mind,
Yes.
and of course, having a purpose to fulfill that particular dream. Now, let's delve quickly into happiness now. Now, for what are the simple things that you will say bring genuine joy or peace to individuals that people actually take for granted?
Ah. Okay. So, first things first, I think waking up every morning, hale and hearty. Hale and hearty is so underrated. Sometime last month, right,
Yeah.
I got pretty sick that I got admitted in two different hospitals, because I wasn't getting any better. And after I recovered, right, I realized that there is nothing more than good health. Good health is wealth, because when you're healthy, there are a whole lot of things you can achieve. There are
Very
a whole lot
true.
of things you can conquer. Yes. So waking up in the morning, having life, being hale and hearty is one of the simple things that bring joy to me. Another thing is my friends and family. I keep emphasizing on friends and family because no man is an island, right? You need to have people, you need to have anchors around you. So having very good friends and family who care about you, who are genuinely on the lookout for you, is something that brings me genuine joy or peace. Then what else? Okay, I think basically that's it.
I wanted to add gratitude. You know, gratitude is a very big part of happiness that people actually, it's overrated. People don't, for the smallest things, we should be thankful, we should be grateful.
Very true.
Now, at this point, of course, you have been an amazing individual on this program's Tebriman Raskib. Thank you so much for being a part of Insight today. And of course, she is a voiceover actor, social media manager, and a virtual assistant. Now, thank you so much for being a part of the program Insight today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I hope I was able to use my voice
Exactly.
to at least talk to my Gen Zs and other people that will be listening or watching, whichever
You
it is.
have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
As we've heard today, true growth, purpose, and happiness begin within. When you learn to understand yourselves, or let's say ourselves, nurture our passions, and find peace in our own company, we build a foundation that no external relationship can replace. Love and companionship can enrich our lives, yes, but they shouldn't define them. The journey to self-discovery is ongoing, and every step we take towards understanding who we are brings us closer to genuine fulfillment. Happiness isn't something we find in another person. It's something we create within ourselves and share freely with the world. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you all so much for being a part of the program Insight Today. Have an amazing day ahead. Bye-bye.